Hi, this is Cameron from the QAV Podcast, and I thought I would take a few minutes and show you how I use the current version of the QAV worksheet with the QuickFS plugin, because there's a little bit of a learning curve there, and I've had to walk a few people through it recently, so I thought I'd just record a video and you can start here, and then if you've got any questions, you can just shoot me an email. So to get the latest version of it, go to our website, qavpodcast.com.au, and go to the checklist and portfolio page, and you'll be able to right-click and download the latest version here. If you want to use the QuickFS plugin, click here and go through to the quickfs.net website and download, sign up for a free trial and download the plugin, and then install the plugin. They'll give you instructions for how to do all of this, install it into Excel. Pricing for this, I think it's about 35 US month to month, so what's that, about 45 Australian, something like that. When you've done all of that, you will have the Excel spreadsheet with, as you can see up here, the QuickFS plugin up in your menu bar. And what QuickFS does is it makes it very easy to grab a whole bunch of financial data for US, Australian, or Canadian stocks. What else did they have? Any? Oh yeah, and New Zealand as well. So let me show you how I use it, and I'll just show you the one that I'm going to be preparing for our podcast recording session today, which I think we're going to do BlueScope Steel. So I will grab my most recent row, the last one that I did, which we did last week, GRR, Grange Resources. I'll copy that and I'll just paste it into a new row here. Ignore this one underneath it. This is just where I'm putting some alternative numbers when I'm talking to Tony. When his numbers differ from mine, I'm just keeping a record there. Just take the colored one. Now, the place I'd start is I'm going to change the company code here to the new company code. I think BlueScope Steel is BSL. And we'll see this data will change. Put in today's date. So I know when I did this last analysis. Okay, so this says Blackstone GSO. I don't know why that is. This name should change automatically. That's obviously, for some reason, that's not working. So I'm going to put in just BlueScope Steel here. What we should find though is the ASX link should be automatically updated. There you go, BlueScope Steel. The Google News link should be automatically updated so I can quickly look for the latest news. Oh, that doesn't look good. And all of this data will change. So if you want to know what these columns are, look up the top here. So row 3 will tell you what they are. Period, end date, their reporting period. I just added this recently because some of these companies have a December reporting period, some of these mining companies, as opposed to a financial year end date, and that can trick me up when I'm looking for the numbers. Net cash flow, shares on issue, cash per share, all the things that you've heard us talk about on the show. What this tells me up here is what the period is. So that's trailing 12 months, financial quarter, and you'll see that the QuickFS calculations, like this one, for example, is looking at this cell here, H2, to determine what reporting period I want the figures for. And it'll vary throughout the spreadsheet, as we're seeing. So these numbers will be automatically updated. The dark blue columns will be pulling data straight out of QuickFS. The green ones with auto will be automatically creating a result here based on some of this data. You can see this is working out the cash per share by taking these two figures and dividing one by the other. Some of the columns, if they're like this dark mustardy color, it's also an automatic calculation, but it's giving me a checklist score. So this one here is answering this question: is the price per share divided by the cash per share less than 7? It's giving me an automatic result here. The pale, I don't know what color that is, skin color, it's probably a better name for that. Apricot, let's call it that. This is, I need to put in some manual data here. I need to remember to do manual data. So this is stuff I can't get automatically. So this one is about the sentiment. does the share price have a positive trend? So I can flip over to the BlueScope Steel graph here, look over sort of 5 years and see, does it look like it's got a positive trend or not? I think this does have a positive trend, so I would flip back over here and say, yes, it does. Already got a 2 in there from last time. Is it a recent positive upturn? No, not really. It's been going up for 5 years. Again, quick FS data, automatic calculation, all the way through, you'll see most of it is automated now. This one's a manual. Future earnings per share. This is where we normally get it from Share Analysis, or we can get it from Yahoo Finance. See if Share Analysis is up yet. It's been down for the last couple of weeks. No, it's still down. Some manual ones here. Is it a star stock on Stock Doctor, or you can do the manual method? Is the CEO or board member a founder? I'll have to look that up later on. And at the end, we total up the score. This is all automated, the number of checklist items, and we get our final scores here. This will probably change when I go through it properly today with Tony. But there you go. That's how the spreadsheet works. And now I'll save that just to show you something else. I'll close that down and open it up again. When you've installed QuickFS and you open the spreadsheet, you'll see that these boxes pop up. Do you trust the links? This is calling data from the QuickFS plugin. So yes, said update that. Then you'll get another pop-up box that says, should we continue? You say yes, continue. And there you go. So that's what you need to go through. Now, if you don't want to invest in QuickFS, and if you're using Stock Doctor or some other service, you can use some of these older versions of the spreadsheet that I was using before I started using QuickFS, and just enter the data in manually there that you're grabbing from these other services. It'll do roughly the same job, not quite as automated as my latest version, but you can even go right back to the original version that I did when we started the podcast. It's sort of evolved over time, and no doubt will continue to evolve as I understand the system better. And I know a lot of you are building your own versions, and if you want to share those with me at some stage, that'd be great. Love to see what you're doing. I'm sure some of you are a lot more competent with Excel than I am. So there you go. Quick run through on how to use the spreadsheet. Hope that helps. If any questions, shoot me an email, cameronriley@gmail.com. And good luck.